Hey kids, so the Phoenicians, you might have heard them from billboards as them getting down to business in the trading community. So I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about Phoenicians because I've been learning way too goddamn much about them in school. Alright, so who were the Phoenicians, and why were they so powerful in the trading community? Well, here's the thing. They had purple. Yeah, so basically, let's get into their most wealthy and prosperous thing, purple dye. The Phoenicians would go into the waters and get like these freaking shell things or whatever, and they'd be like, okay, we can make purple dye out of this, so they would do it. So you would get the dye out of it and then resell it to mainly the Roman Empire for lots and lots of money. It was extremely expensive because it was basically rare everywhere else. And if you've seen History Matters video on why our purple flag's so rare, it's because, well, it was either fight wars or, just choose purple. And so the Phoenicians offered these pretty fairly to the Roman Empire, so they bought a crap ton. The Phoenicians also had many great inventions, other than just, selling purple dye and stuff with imports. One of their greatest inventions was the English alphabet. Yes, these guys made the alphabet, and they also made Roman numerals. God, is anything Roman anymore? So yeah, to any Americans or anyone else who feels uncultured, congratulations. If you can speak English, you are using an alphabet that was written by Phoenicians, and you're speaking a Normandish language that was inspired by the original English language. Take that, Europe, and you're freaking, talking about how you're so culturally approving how you could speak 3 languages. No one cares that you could speak 3 languages, god dang it. Let's get back into their imports. These guys had a lot of imports. Their main friend was the Roman Empire, and basically everyone loved them, which meant they were never really invaded. Because why would you invade something that's giving you stuff at a decent price? And even if you wanted to invade that place for all the stuff for yourself, you would lose quite a lot of soldiers because these guys had a very well-trained army. So let's get back to their imports. They were famed in equinety. Is that a word? It's a word, but how do you say that? Frick. They built lots of ships and also created the battering ram on the bow. So basically, yeah, the Phoenicians were very powerful in their army with their imports. And so they also sold these to the Roman Empire, who used these weapons. Also, by the way, these imports and export stuff, yeah, it's so goddamn profitable you might forget not to do slavery. Yes, the Phoenicians had lots of slaves, because in the few times they did go to war in their short lifespan, they were able to capture lots of POWs due to their strong armory, the battering ram, the bow, yada yada yada. And they usually made these people into POWs and turned them into slave workers. This was very great for the economy, not great morally, no, not at all, but, hey, it helps the economy. It works. Wait, are these guys anarcho-capitalists? Another reason why they weren't invaded is because they held pretty much all of the Mediterranean Sea and had lots of coastline. This meant that if you wanted to invade Phoenicia, you would have to go to Jerusalem, which, by the way, the Jews were starting to get kind of tired of people kicking them out of their homeland. So first you would have to actually take Phoenicia. And now get ready for this next part, because you're going to need Ottoman Empire level ships to even think about doing this. You will then have to go into North Africa to take the colonies there, and then you'll have to go through the Mediterranean Sea once again through the harsh conditions and take over the European colonies. So yeah, Phoenicia, not really the easiest place to invade. Also, if you even do any of these, the Roman Empire will definitely interfere. And don't think your navy is more powerful, because unless you actually have World War I dreadnoughts, you're going to have a hard time competing with these guys, because these guys were very good at navigation. They had learned about the North Star. If you don't know what the North Star is, it's basically a star that stays in the same place and it just points north. Duh. The Phoenicians would use this when sailing across the Mediterranean Sea for trade and stuff, so they can navigate their way back to the Phoenician colonies or just Phoenicia. So yeah, these guys, pretty advanced. But just like with good shows on TV, all good things must come to an end. This happened to the Phoenicians. Cyrus the Great of Persia was finally able to overthrow them, just before conquering literally almost everything else of the earth, basically Mongol Empire before the Mongols existed. Now you might be thinking, why didn't the Roman Empire just help out? Well, here's the thing. This happened around 45 years just before the Roman Empire split into two. This meant that the Roman Empire was kind of crumbling from the inside, and a new merging empire was coming in from the Middle East, so they didn't really want to fight for just some small empire. Like, seriously, what did they actually do? Yeah, they made some alphabet, they gave you some numbers, yada yada yada, they gave you some dye, I guess, but hey. Some trading partners or not dying.